So, a friend of mine said something to me today, and it struck me in a really bizarre way. He said, you're a really good listener. And I've heard that and variations of that a lot. You're a really good listener. You're easy to talk to. I enjoy, you know, verbalizing things around you, all these various forms of the same thing. And this friend, it struck me when he said it, and I couldn't figure out why. And I started thinking about things a lot. Because 2025 has been a tumultuous year for me. Good things have happened, but so many bad things too. So many friendships were like lost, broken, destroyed, stolen. And I started looking back at it, and I realized what the common thread is. And it's a weird one and an embarrassing one because speaking this feels very much on the same level as someone saying, "I'm just such a nice person," which is always bullshit. But it kind of is like that. My biggest issue that has constantly come to sabotage me and hurt me and make everything suck is that I am constantly driven by a need to help people. I want to help people. I want to elevate people. I want to raise them up. And at the crux of every failed friendship, relationship, etc. that I've had is my desire to help. So let's break this down. And I'll go all the way back. I think we can divide my friendships into three categories: people that I see and want to help, people I'm just attracted to. Literally, that's it. And the people that adopt me. So the ones that, they decide they want to be friends with me and they push for it. And it happens sometimes. I'll allow it, and it can be either way. But right off the bat, Juan, the guy who's literally a predator on minorities, on not minorities, a predator on minors. Forgive me. Although, but okay, yeah, he was one of those guys that latched on to me, decided he was going to make me his friend, and I was not really willing for this to happen at first. He pushed it a lot, and looking back now, it's like, holy fuck, was he trying as well? Because knowing everything I know now, I just know that guy is a sick and disgusting piece of shit. And I feel sorry for Hunter, which is so fucked up to say. So yeah, he was a leech. Then there was Austin, first boyfriend attempt. He was very much someone I wanted to help. His grandmother had just passed away. He had come out of the closet to her. She was his only safe spot. His family was not going to accept him, and he knew that. And he knew that, he was either going to have to try to make it on his own or stay in a closet, keep his family happy. But he was bi, so as the way he put it, at least he had an out. But he wanted to try dating me, and we had an amazing time. And I listened to his story, and it just clicked. And I wanted to be there. I wanted to support him. I wanted to help him in any way I could. But things just happened to him. It wasn't me, it wasn't him, it was just life. The randomness of life in the wake of his grandmother, his one safe place, passing away, and him suddenly being a single income person working a minimum wage job. So he went back in the closet. He decided to silence part of himself, And he just gave up. And because I was a part of that he was giving up, I left too. And I hated it. And I tried so hard to say that I'll still be there for you in any way I can, even if it's just as a friend. But, and then there was Taylor. I found him on YouTube, watched his videos, and at first he motivated me and inspired me. But the more I watched, the more I saw the fractures and who he was, the broken parts of him, the weaknesses. And I was reaching more and more because I wanted to help that. I wanted to fix those things. I wanted to be there for him. And I did my best for 7 years. And towards the end of things, I saw things slipping. I saw him having more episodes of depression and anxiety and mood swings. I saw his community starting to mellow. And his community was so much mine at this stage that I was panicking a little. And I wanted to help reinvigorate. I wanted to help build it. I wanted to try doing, but because I'd become a streamer as well, I no longer had the means to do that without it coming across as encroaching in his eyes. And that led to the bad blood between us. And again, like I said before, we are both obstinate, sharp headed, just utterly impassioned people in equal measure. So this could not just be a normal split, because I know he's done this before with other friends like Zach, and they'll come back together, go away together, and come back again. It's natural, but he and I are just too much the same. So we were both just refusing to accept the realities of the situation. And I say plural because there were two realities here, and both needed to be looked at and analyzed and understood in order to have any semblance of something that would work. But because we couldn't do that, nothing worked. And now he's gone forever. But he also responded to the death of Lane and me needing someone to talk to get comfort with a single red X emoji. So that friendship is now 100% officially dead, and I seriously do not give a fuck about him at all anymore. Now, like, at all. Whatever happens to him, good, bad, I'm not going to care. I'm not even going to acknowledge or notice it. But I wanted to help him at the time. Again, and I gave him so much. And with him being the longest and most extreme example, I think that might be the thing. My desire to help just starts at a pace and it doesn't slow down. It can get stronger, but it won't slow down. So I think, like I said, I saw things and I was starting to worry more, panic. I think what happens is I help people to the point where the positive becomes a negative. There's too much sugar. Too much sugar. That's what it is. I give out too much and it becomes toxic. It becomes strangulating. It becomes oppressive. I kill friendships with kindness, essentially. After him, there was, of course, Chibi. And again, very much the same story there. Someone I just instinctively wanted to help and support and be there for. And I'm happy that I still get that chance. Other people too. It's like all the way through. one, two, three, four. So many of my relationships are built on me seeing someone in a situation, having this extreme overload of empathy and just wanting to help them and invest in them emotionally as in as many ways. That's what I do. The other side, like I've said, is pure fucking attraction. I see someone, I like that person's fucking hot. I want to keep that around because it's hot. Those friendships, weirdly enough, I think, seem to be the ones that are the least problematic and the least like possible for me to ruin because it just stays at a steady pace. Like attraction's attraction. If I get more attracted to someone, it's because I'm learning to know them, and that's a completely different ballpark. But attraction is attraction, so it just stays even. Like off the top of my head, there's like people like River, Gage. Y'all don't know who he is, but I'm name dropping in case he watches this, and I want him to sweat a little. Um, but yeah, there's quite a few. I think pretty much, regardless of whether I start talking to them because of their conversations or because of their scenes, I think we could safely say pretty much all my porn bros definitely fall into this category as well. Like, yeah, I see them. I'm like, fuck, he's hot. I want to talk to him. So I do. But I don't talk to him about like sex. Not all the time. I talk about politics. I talk about, current events. I talk about their hobbies. I want to talk about their interests. I want to get to know them. But at the base of that always is, fuck, he's hot. And that was the thing right there. This one friend I had, he was one that I was purely just attracted to. And I had thought he was attracted to me. Turned out he was straight, and he's just like one of these people that always has to look at someone. And I am also a person that always has to look at someone. So we both just sort of synced up and kept looking at each other at the same time. I got mixed signals there. Then I found out, oh, fuck, you're straight? Okay. Hey, bro, we're cool. And he's just been like an awesome friend all this time. But it's like when he said, you're so easy to talk to, it hit me how ingrained this was in me. Because usually when people say that to me, they're people that fall into the first category. The people who are needing help, needing assistance, needing someone to listen to them. So it's always been natural that that comes out of them and that they say that to me. And getting that from someone that I never invested in because I thought they needed my help, my assistance, my support. Having someone just say that to me, I had to pause and think. And the thing that's really weird and hard about this to me is that how do you fix something like this? Again, I know it sounds so fucking bullshit to be here basically saying it's just things go bad because I'm just such a nice person. But for this, it's like the best way to fix it is to withhold the help and support that I just want to give out. And I know it's balancing. It doesn't have to be an extreme on either end, but how do you decide consciously to limit help to limit empathy, to limit support for someone. It's it it feels like if I want this to get better and I want to get away from these things happening to me, that my only option is to become a more cruel person. And I don't want that. I really don't. That would be the most revolting outcome of all this. But at the same time, how many more people will I make tired of me by the way I constantly want to make them happy, to make them smile, to make them feel better? And I choose the ways that make sense to me. And it just doesn't always work. Phoenix and Stark were two good ones. Phoenix was very much attraction. Very much attraction. But I think I did start connecting and having the empathy build in me. There were things I saw, implications I heard, our conversations we had were one-on-one. I think that might have been a more hybridized friendship in time. But the spark, which is what I was focusing on, was pure attraction. For Stark, though, it was empathy. I saw a lot of things in him. I saw these moments, these twinges of things, and I had wanted to be there for him, wanted to support him, wanted to give him so much. And again, I do what works for me. So I made him this dumbass video for his anniversary, and I thought I made something that was uplifting and positive and glowing. Some people didn't see it that way. He seemed to enjoy it. I thought. I don't know now. And then I made some passing remark where I was focusing more on his boyfriend than him. And it hurt him. And when I saw that happen, in that single moment, I hated myself so much. I was disgusted by myself. And when I saw him crying, I really wanted to just disappear forever. I hated that happened. I was disgusted by myself that happened. And I wasn't expecting a damn stalker to take that situation, blow it out of proportion, and use it as a means to instigate a long, drawn-out series of attacks on me over Twitch and try to get me permanently suspended. I'm lucky that talking to Twitch really got the results I wanted. But again, I pushed too much of myself out into this other person, and it backfires, and my presence ends up repelling them. And now I'm looking at other friendships I have, like Anthony and Tanner. I think of all these people, and it's like, when will it happen to them? When will I become too much for them? when will I stop making them happy and start making them regretful? And sometimes it just makes me think that maybe that version of me from, I don't know, you know, you fucking know, from 11 to 27 years old, who said it's better to not socialize with anyone. It's better to just stick entirely to yourself. It's better to just live your life and not share anyone else's. Was right. Because he was a lot happier, a lot more optimistic, a lot more free of damage than who he became. But then when I think about it, it's like that version of me was also living in stasis. I got older, sure. But what did I learn, apart from education? What did I experience? How did I live? How did I become a person? And the truth is, I didn't. I didn't start becoming a person until I let people interact. And I suppose I wouldn't change that. I suppose I do wish I'd started earlier. Maybe then I would have had these harsh lessons so many years earlier. And I would have learned these things about myself when it was less at risk of destroying everything for me. But this is how my deck played out. I didn't start becoming a human being until I was 27. I didn't come out until I was 28. And then I got raped at 29. My life put on pause again in 2020, like so many other people did. I was soaring in 2023. Best body, feeling good, best job, going where I loved more than anything and having the best experience of my life. Then 2024 came, and for almost 5 months, I was dead and should have died. 2025, I lost my reasons for living. But then, right at the end of the year, I gained a horrible reason for living, because one of my really dear friends crashed in a motorcycle accident with a large haul truck. And when the news came, after I had finally processed my grief enough to finally be able to get out of my bed and move to a different room in the house, I decided I want to live my life for Lane. I won't give up. I won't break. I won't do the thing that I have wanted to do again and again so many times in my life. Because one of the most amazing people with one of the brightest futures that I knew was no longer here. So I was going to do my best. I was going to do whatever I could to try to match the dreams, the goals, the drives, the passions that he had. And here we are in 2026. I'm still dealing with the asshole stalker. For the last time, most likely, looking at everything, but we'll see. And aside from that, one bad thing. This year feels good. I got back my dream job that I lost when I went to the hospital. I'm back in the gym, working hard because I know that's what he would do. I am talking to more people. I'm being way more outgoing than I've been. And again, I think that's because it's what he would do. I have plans and goals and things that I want to do for the rest of this year and crescendos that I am building to that I am utterly excited for, regardless of whether they do pan out this year or they come to next year or maybe the year after that. There's so much. And it's for him. It's really gross to say, but it's also, I think, one of the most genuine thoughts that it's always the wrong people. The wrong people that live and the wrong people that die. And maybe that's selfishness, but I've thought, especially in the wake of the Epstein files, I've thought of how many utterly revolting people would make the world a better place if they just were not alive. And they are alive. And they're rich and they're thriving and they're getting away with disgusting things. And then a sweet, ambitious, driven, beautiful, hung, gorgeous man in the prime of his life with a clear academic goal, a beautiful hobby that he loved, a great career that was still going strong, a man with a future that would have had significant impact across so many different fields. That's what was taken. That's what was ripped away from us. The wrong people die. And the wrong people live. So, the only way to counter that is to still be obstinate, still be stubborn, still be bullheaded. Be the right person that lives. So I'll do it. I'll do that for Lane. And I don't know how I'll deal with friendships in this future, because I don't want them to keep ending in heartache. I just want to have friends I could support and encourage and listen to. And be understood when I say the things I say, do the things I do, to actually be recognized as what I am. Thinking back on Phoenix, I think that's what hurt the most there. He talked about his academic knowledge in various psychiatric avenues, and he initiated things by saying how knowledgeable he was about autism. And one moment that stuck out towards the end was in one of the screenshots that that damn stalker sent him had been very obviously cropped. And I told him the story of that situation, the exact same story that's in the video about the damn stalker. I told him this was something innocent that I didn't know was bad until someone else told us it was bad, and then we both just put it aside and moved on and did not ever do that again. And he said, "That's bullshit and you know it." That is what hurt. Because I thought he would be the one person who could understand someone just being socially ignorant enough to not know that this thing was bad. And it wasn't just me either. To not know, accidentally do it, be told what it could be, and then just say, "Oh my gosh," and not do it again. I thought he of all people would understand. And when he didn't, rejected it, and treated me like I was a liar or lesser or something for even making the suggestion, that's what hurt the most. Because he was my safe space. It's also that, oh my God, I was going to cut this video because it's already 32 minutes. I just realized it's because I need a safe space. The stuff I've said so far, it's valid, but let's throw that all out right now. Austin invited me to his home, kept me there for hours and hours and hours, and we talked and we bonded, and I loved going there, even though that place was awful, falling apart. It was, I loved because Juan, openly gay, proud, unashamed, the things I wanted to be but couldn't. Hunter, someone wounded, hurt, alone. That was. It's because he was alone. The same way I. Stephen, with his. I. because we connected so quickly, so deeply. I wish I cried like a normal person, because what is this? But that's why it meant so much. When I came back from the, he was happy. My God. Gage, Anthony, even River, all of them. I've said. I even think of it when I said that Twitch had become my safe space too, and why it broke my heart so much to be cut off from people. That's it. And because they're my safe space, I become so dependent on them that I become a burden. I I am the problem. I I am the problem. And again, it's of my own making. It all goes back to that root. That I just couldn't come out. I couldn't be safe in myself. I couldn't. So I shut myself down. I locked myself away, and I didn't open up for anyone. So I never grew. I never learned. I never lived. I never became a person. And then all of a sudden, at 27, it all exploded at once and came rushing into my life. And something that I had not had for my entire life was suddenly there. And I wanted it and I needed it and I latched onto it and I couldn't let it go whenever I obtained it. And because I can't let go, I hold on too tight. I hold on so tightly that it hurts. I know absolutely none of you will watch this video. But if you do, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And once again, it's stupid. Because I guess when you boil this one down too, it just turns into I love too much. but I guess it never was love. Not really. It was just need. The need for a safe space. The need for a place to call home and be myself and not feel ashamed or weird or on edge or unwanted. Ironic. The need to feel wanted made me unwanted. I better end this now. Not like that. Not yet. For Lane. I don't think I can end this video like I usually do. So I'll just say thank you for listening. And I'll see you.